Hello, everybody. I'm Seth Weissman, and welcome to another episode of Safe Real Estate. Today, we are going to talk about who should be holding earnest money and what your duties are as a holder when you've got the earnest money. And right now, I am getting more complaints than I've ever received in my legal career over the holder of the earnest money just giving it to whoever their client is in the transaction and not really going through a thoughtful process of who deserves the earnest money based on the facts in the transaction. And earnest money is held differently depending on what part of the state of Georgia you're in. In Savannah, we tend to see the seller's broker holding the earnest money. In Atlanta, we tend to see the buyer's broker holding it. And increasingly, we are also seeing the closing attorney holding the earnest money. And what I think everyone is not focusing on is that while as a real estate broker or agent, you do not owe fiduciary duties, you in fact may owe a fiduciary duty when you hold earnest money. And rather than just giving it to one party or the other willy-nilly, you really need to carefully evaluate in every transaction who deserves it based on the terms of the contract. And I actually think we're moving more towards a world where the closing attorney is likely going to be holding the earnest money more and more, because I think the closing attorney is often seen as more of a neutral party. And I think that's probably good, but even when the closing attorney holds it, what you need to make sure of is that it is a closing attorney who is going to be a neutral referee, who is going to call balls and strikes just like an umpire in a baseball game, and not be prejudiced for or against either of the parties in the transaction. So I think that's probably where the industry is heading. I think it's probably a good thing, but again, you want to make sure that whoever is holding it is going to be discharging their duties fairly. I hope this episode of Safe Real Estate has been beneficial. As always, it's great to see you. Please continue to tune in. Bye now.